Are you a master guy or Από τη Γερμανία είναι ο... Από τη Γερμανία ποιος είναι ο... Γράψε μου, Φιλίππου, Πανεπιστήμιο Αθηνών. ΕΚΠΑ, Φιλίππου Δημήτρης. Από το Πανεπιστήμιο, από το Ελληνικό Σύλλογο Γερμανίας, στο Γερμανίας Βεσφαλίας, πώς το είπαμε.
Όχι,
Πες τους τίτλους. Πες τι θέλεις να πω να σε προσφέρεις.
Για Πανεπιστήμιο.
Όχι, για ιατρικό σύλλογο.
Για ιατρικό σύλλογο, από τον ιατρικό σύλλογο Έσσης, ιατρικό σύλλογο Έσσης, και εκπροσωπώ όλους τους συλλόγους της Γερμανίας. Έσσης και εκπροσωπώ όλους τους Γερμανίους.
Ωραία. Δώσουμε το και αυτό, το όνομά. Γράψτε μου το όνομα. Σάββας Αποστολίδης.
Σαν πανεπιστήμιο το ίδιο σύλλογο. Υπάρχει πρόβλημα να θέλω να ανεβάσω και τους φοιτητές να πούν από μια κουβέντα.
Ναι, έχουμε και δύο φοιτητές. Ναι. Δώσ' μου το γρήγορα δώσ' μου το. Βάλε Βαρβάρας Δημήτρης. Ιταλίας. Δημήτρης. Θα βγάλει η Αθηνά. Έλα.
Dear colleagues, good afternoon. According to the program, the next hour, half an hour to 1 hour, is dedicated to greetings from foreign universities and associations, medical associations from abroad. We shall start with Professor Philippou, who is from the National Kapodistrian University of Athens, Greece, the department of all Greek universities. Slowly they start having English-speaking sessions, and they have students, I think from Thessaloniki. They're graduating this year, next year, and then we follow with the University of Thessaly. We are on the second, third year now. And Professor Philippou will tell us about a few things about the program of the English-speaking medical school of the University of Athens. Thank you for coming.
Dear presidents, dear professors, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to be with you today here at the representative National and Kapodistrian University of Athens. And especially we are going to present some things concerning the English-speaking department, because as you already know, the National and Kapodistrian University has also a School of Medicine in Greece. First of all, some things for the university, because the director and the dean unfortunately weren't able to be with us today, so I took the responsibility to transfer the greetings and the best wishes for the Congress, and as well to say some things concerning the university. It's the largest university in Greece. We have more than 1,600 professors. We have hundreds of associated researchers. We have over 1,000 administrative staff, and we have many, many students. We have almost 70,000 students in several departments. The University of Athens contributes with many other universities all around the world, and is focused, except the education, focused on research. After working hard the last decades, we managed to enter into the highly ranked universities worldwide. So we are, according to the lists and that they are presenting each year, the grade of the universities, we are in 29th worldwide and 16th university in Europe. And within the university, we're also very proud because also our medical school, dentistry school, and pharmacy school are very highly ranked. This university is, let's say, the first important thing that has been made after the new Greek nation. After our Greek Revolution that took place in 1821 and the war against the Turks in order to take our liberation, then the first thing that the first governors did is to found a university in order to start up the education in the newborn country. So the age of the university is almost 190 years old and has been established in 1837. The major pillar of the university is the medical school. And this is an air photo of our medical campus. As you can see, we have in front and the right, there are the buildings of the basic studies, while on the left side of the photo, you can see the first university hospitals. In our medical schools, where now, we referred to the slide, 530 professors, we're now more than 700 professors. We have 31 laboratories. We have many postgraduate programs, almost 90, and we have established recently 18 centers of experts, especially in rare disease. The most important thing that we can offer to our students an excellent clinical education. As you can see in the slide, we have more than 16 hospitals that they facilitate our clinics and allow our students to be educated in clinical matters. Another thing that is very important to our university is that we use the new technology, and we try to combine the traditional medicine as has been proposed by Hippocrates 1,000 years ago, and try to advance it combining with the new technologies. As you can see, this technology is entering into our education system within the first years. For example, in the photo you can see the anatomase table. Compared to the old techniques of education, you can see the skull, and compare with the new one. And this continues to the clinical years, the next years, when we're having our clinical education, and we have many stimulators. We can use simulators in almost all clinical lessons. And finally, we may also use robotic systems in surgery, surgical specialties. Concerning the medical degree of the newborn child of our university, which is the English-speaking medical degree program, this lasts 6 years, as always, in all countries. We have 48 obligatory and 2 elective lessons, and the new year starts, as always, at September and finishes at the end of May and the first days of June by taking the final exams. What are the criteria for students that may fulfill in order to enter to our degree program? First, we need an international baccalaureate with at least 38 points, or instead of that, a French baccalaureate. We have the basic criteria, which are the 3A. The 3A, that means that minimum, we have to have A in these 3 basic lessons, chemistry, biology, and physics. And then the students are called in order to enter the next tests in order to see if they are efficient enough to enter our program. And these are the admission tests. Our program is running for 3 years. During 3 years, we have more than 3,000 expressions of interest, and finally, we took 700 full applications in order to enter the program. After taking all these exams, finally, these 3 years, we have only 115 new students. These students are coming from 28, said the previous slide. There are 29 countries that they are borrowed as the students. And we have students from all around the world, from Australia, from Norway, from America, from Canada, from Zimbabwe, from Lebanon, from Maldives, from almost everywhere. And this is very encouraging for us to continue. Concerning the program, the education program of our English medical degree, the first years, as always in most universities of the world, because there is a common language concerning the education program and the common curricula all around the world. We're starting with the basic studies, including the basic sciences, biology, chemistry, ethics, history of medicine, and then the second year we're starting to enter in a more clinical and more, let's say, medical education by teaching anatomy and physiology as the basic studies. And then we're going, after the 3rd or 4th year, we're entering into the clinical lessons, which include, as always, are the common lessons that they include the surgery, the internal medicine, radiology, and all these specialties that are usually taught in our university. I don't want to take the time by reading all these specialties that are already known. What is important is that, except the basic standards, we're trying to give a more humanized face to our university. So we have established some other parameters except the classical way of education and teaching. And what's that? Is that we encourage our students to work together in research. We encourage them in order to work in learning what is the research methodology, how to present, how to write, how to express, how to speak the scientific language. and also participating in all our scientific events. Not only scientifically, we have also established the role of mentoring. That means that each of us, of our staff, we are considered as mentors of one or two students. That means that we are having to take care of the students, not only scientific matters, but also help them in order to live in another country and help him to solve his problems, either family problems or by counseling or the economical problems or etc. So we're trying to help them in a personal level. And what are the results? The results is that although we have students only in the 3 first years, we managed to have them in congresses and let them participating in publishing papers or in scientific announcements in congresses. That is very important, except that they will help you they help them by increasing the curriculum and making very important is that the most important is that showing the real way that science works in nowadays in professional level. And of course, we shall say that except all this, the familiar person, the education that we use the most advanced techniques, we have also the privilege, let's say, to organize some celebrations and some galas in order to celebrate together. And this is from the Christmas gala always. We're finding any chance to organize something. And by the beginning and the end of the academic year, we organize a huge celebration where the students, the families, will have the ability to meet the professors and to meet the staff of the university. And after having the first 2 years of evaluation, it's very encouraging that the number of the applicants is increasing. That means that we have a positive advertisement abroad. But also the most important is that the students by themselves, they appreciate very much the work that they were doing and the way that we're treating them. I don't want to say any more, but just to say greetings from the Dean and Director, warm welcoming here and best wishes for the great success of the symposium, and just taking the chance to present our new child, our new project, who is the medical degree National Kapodistrian University of Athens. Thank you very much.
Angelopoulou. Hello, everybody. I would like to ask my friend, Mrs. Angelopoulou, to introduce her medical association, HEDITA, and also the University of Manchester. Thank you, Mrs. Angelopoulou.
Good morning. My name is Athena Angelopoulou, and I'm consultant in care of the elderly in Macclesfield Hospital, UK. I have the honor to be a tutor of medical students year 3 and year 5 from Manchester University. But one of my favorite roles is to be a president of Hellenic Diaspora Doctors Association in UK. So, HEDITA UK is an association of doctors who are from Greek origin, and they work in UK. We started our function 2019 in the middle of COVID, and now we are the only medical association with a lot of members and a lot of actions. One of our important action is participating to your job. So here, and I am very pleased to join and to help to all the important things that you do here in COS by helping other doctors coming here and give the Hippocratic oath. That is a very, very important thing. HEDITA is fully dedicated to support the mission of International Hippocratic Foundation and spread the meaning of the Hippocratic Oath around the world. We will continue to send our young physicians to Hippocrates Oath ceremony and expand on our collaboration with International Hippocrates Foundation. I would like to thank the Organization Committee, the Global Doctors Hippocrates Institute, and the International Hippocratic Foundation, of course. I also want to express my deepest thanks to Professor Antonis Polidorou and our President, Dr. Patoulis, for the hard ongoing efforts and support to bring all of us, the Greek doctors, being spread around all over the world together under the umbrella of our medical father, the Hippocrates. I also want to express my thanks and congratulations to Professor Papandoniou, to Professor Geroulanos, and to Mr. Talaros for your ongoing and hard work and for the amazing hospitality. I feel the need to congratulate also the President of Medical Association of KOS and all wonderful people of KOS Island for their hospitality. I would like to thank you for everything. As Hellenic Diaspora Doctors Association, we will continue helping you to all of your actions, and I wish you to have a big success to all, whatever you do every year, and let's make KOS a point and a target and mission for all young doctors to visit KOS once in their life and give the oath here. Thank you.
We proceed about the University of Manchester. It's Mrs. Unique Otek Atakoda. We welcome you to the island of Hippocrates.
Thank you.
And we need to help us to understand what about your university. Okay.
Just one word before Unique start her presentation. Unique is one of my talent students. Was also an FE1 foundation doctor. I had the honor to be one of her teachers, and I decided today that probably is a lot, and I think it's a lot better for her to speak about her university as a student than for me to represent Manchester University. So, Unique, is all yours.
So, you can start anything, you have to speak for us.
All right. Let me just get the presentation up. Hi, everyone. I'm Unique. I'm, like Dr. Athena said, I'm one of the students that graduated from Manchester. So I graduated 2 years ago, actually. So this is a bit more of a personal approach to talking about the university rather than perhaps what someone leading the university would tell you. So just some basic facts about the uni. So the uni was established 200 years ago to this year, mainly to kind of proliferate education for the advancement of education within the UK. And Manchester has successfully done that by producing, I think, 25 Nobel Prize winners, and it remains a highly accredited university. So it ranks 6th best within the UK and 52nd best within the world. So it is a prestigious uni. Manchester also created the first nuclear reaction. It isolated graphene, and it has over 44,000 students, 550,000 alumni, and with students from like 190 different countries. So it is, though it's based in perhaps a small area of the UK, it has international relations that kind of precede the university itself. There are 412 undergraduate courses and 587 postgraduate courses for international students. So it also provides a wide range of courses. Even though Manchester's roots kind of remain within engineering and science, It's expanded towards the arts, literature, so it's really diverse as a university. And as I said, it's based in Manchester, UK, home to Manchester United, Manchester City, which I'm sure most people know about as well. So naturally being there, you kind of integrate into this football mania, and I have succumbed to the football mania as well. So the university is not just about education. They're very big on encouraging students to get involved with culture, get to know your surroundings, get to know other people. And because it is such a diverse and large student university based within the city, you have a great opportunity to do that. So about the medical school itself. So it's the UK's biggest medical school, and it's one of the biggest in Europe as well. So my cohort alone started with about 456 students, which is a large amount of students in the year. It's quite a competitive university, so for every 10 applicants, there's one accepted within the university. So admission is mainly based around UCAT and then also your A-levels or your IB results as well. So the minimum, I think, being about 3 A's is what they accept. It takes a personalized learning approach, so it's very student-led. We do also have supported lectures, etc., which I'll go into in a little bit, but they really encourage us as students to pursue knowledge ourselves rather than being spoon-fed. We do cadaver dissection, which is, I think, one of my most favorite aspects of the university, and one of the reasons why I chose the university, because it's rare in UK universities at least that you actually get a whole body dedicated to science for you to explore yourselves within small groups. So you do the dissection yourselves, you do the analysis yourself, which is a really unique opportunity. It has theme-based learning, so we get cases every week that we'll discuss as a group, and we work together to figure out those problems, to figure out what the diagnosis could be and how you would manage. And then overall, it's based, I've put 3 here, it's actually 4 clinical educational campuses, so I'll talk about those in a bit as well, but after you finish your preclinical years, we kind of split as a year group into these 4 different campuses to then progress within our studies. One of the most enjoyable things about Manchester Medical School is the MedSoc. They do so many different events, both preclinical and like in your clinical years, as well as alumni. They connect you with loads of different professionals, and also we have, the enjoyable things like the med ball at the end of the year, the half a doc ball, where you get to celebrate your achievements as you go through the year. And there are 3 degree options. So there's the foundational medical degree. So that's when you do a foundation year called Year 0. And that's made for students to increase accessibility towards medicine. For those that may not get those 3 A's or may not get the most perfect UCAT score, or those that live in perhaps disadvantaged areas, it gives them the opportunity to gain those skills that helps them to actually do the medical degree in the end. There's the standard 5-year course degree, which is what I did, and then there's also the graduate option, so that's a 4-year condensed degree for those that have already done a undergrad degree. So this is just a little video from a student about life in Manchester. It's about a minute long. Right, so that's just a snippet of perhaps a week of what it's like in Manchester, and it's quite realistic, I must say. As you see, there's opportunity for socializing, there's opportunity to have fun, be young, but also you get a lot of experience during the week. So in terms of the preclinical years, which are years 1 to 2, you have team-based or theme-based learning. So these are based on real patients, It's an independent learning style, like I said, where the students themselves, or we as a group, kind of are the ones that are in, to a degree, a control of what we learn in that week. And we do have lecture support during the week as well. We have sessions in the communications or consultation skills lab. So that's where we develop our communication. And Manchester is really big in developing communication. And as a doctor, I've learned that one of the biggest reasons for complaints within hospitals is because of poor communication with patients. So Manchester tries to combat that from getting students to understand that importance from the very beginning. We have our sim man and simulated patients, so actors who are trained to be patients to encourage students to approach those difficult conversations, to learn how to break bad news, to learn how to take histories as well from year one. So we have our lab, so focusing on our physiology, our pharmacology sessions, and that's where we get a bit more hands-on experience. That's where I first learned to do an injection on one of my colleagues. So all those fun stuff that you hear about in medical school. We have our anatomy sessions. Like I said, we have dissection, and we have small group learning as well. We also do have clinical experience from year one. So even though these are our pre-clinical years, within the month you would usually get a GP visit or a hospital day to still introduce yourself into that environment, so it's not as daunting when you join in year 3. And then another special aspect about Manchester University is that you get the opportunity for some personalized learning through a personal excellence pathway. So this is throughout years 1 to 5, where you get the opportunity to choose a particular aspect of medicine or a particular subject where you can invest your time into research, audits, and just expand your knowledge in an area that you have desire for or have interest in as well. So the clinical years are years 3 to 5, and these are done based at one of the 4 clinical education campuses. So like I said, we are a big year group, typically around 450 plus within the year. It's quite hard to host everybody in one hospital. So we split into 4 different campuses around Manchester, central Manchester itself. We have Oxford Road, which is where the main Manchester hospitals are, Manchester Royal Infirmary and the Children's Hospital. We have Wythenshawe, which hosts Wythenshawe Hospital. We have Salford, and we also have Preston. So these are all somewhat around Manchester. In your 3rd year, you will do general medicine and surgery, so you focus on those clinical rotations, and each week you still have theme case learning alongside your clinical time, but you spend majority of your time in the hospital, on the wards, doing ward rounds, learning those essential skills. Within year 4, you have 8 4-week rotations and then an elective placement. So in those 4-week rotations, you do things like neurology, things that are more specialist, obs and gynae, trauma and orthopedics, ophthalmology, and those different aspects of medicine that you may not always get the opportunity to do as a job. And then you have an elective placement, so that's somewhere where you decide where you want to go, what you want to do it in, and the university is very supportive in that. There is a fund that we can apply for that helps support us to go abroad. So I'll talk about my personal experience in a little bit, but I ended up going to Ghana for mine, which was a great experience. And then year 5, you go back to doing general medicine and surgery again, and you really hone on those final skills that you will need to be a doctor. And then in terms of graduation, the UK has now changed to a standardized kind of exam called the medical licensing exam, where every medical school, I think in the UK, will take that exam, and if you pass that, you graduate to be a doctor. So in these clinical years as well, there's an opportunity for integrated learning with a degree, so an intercalation degree. So this is when you take a year away from your clinical studies to get essentially another degree in a different aspect, whether it's medically related or not. Manchester's actually expanded itself, and it accepts those that perhaps would want to do a degree in something to do with the arts. Even though it's not medically related, they have support to allow students to do that as well. So my personal experience, I'll just keep it brief. So I started university in 2018. I did the 5-year course, so I graduated in 2023. I was based in Wythenshawe Hospital, and in terms of the things I had interest in, I'm very much an obs and gynae girl. So my first year, I did a personalized project about intrauterine surgery for spina bifida, which was really interesting. And then my second year, I thought, let's change it up. Because I have this opportunity to explore other areas, why not take it? So I focused on mental health care in Africa. And then in year 3, I looked at drug users and rehabilitation for drug users and the methadone treatment that is prescribed. And then in my 4th year, like I said, I did my elective rotation in Accra, Ghana, where I did obs and gynae. We went one of the hospitals there, and it was an amazing experience. I could not recommend it enough. Definitely go away if you can for your elective. It's one of the best experiences. And then now I work in Macclesfield Hospital with Dr. Athena. which is just south of Manchester itself, and I'm currently pursuing a career in obs and gynae, but we'll see where life takes us. So just a bit about my foundation year. So in terms of the UK application process, once you graduate, the UK Foundation Programme Office kind of allocates where people go. It used to be somewhat a merit-based system where what you would get in your exams and your situational judgment test would rank you in terms of where you go, but now that system's changed over the last year, and it is somewhat a randomized process into where you remain within the UK. So yeah, that's just a bit about the foundation process, a bit about me. So thank you very much for listening.
I would like to congratulate Mrs. Unique Odeka Atakora for her very nice presentation. And we proceed with Professor Nikos Batis. Nikos Batis is a professor of pharmacology at Birmingham University, and he is here representing his university with his students also. Please, Dr. Batis, proceed.
Thank you. Τι καθηγητής είναι γιατρός του Leeds. Τι έχει κάνει, είναι καθηγητής καρδιολογίας, όχι γιατρός, καρδιολόγος από το Leeds. Καρδιολογist. Αυτή είναι η κόρη του διάσημου Γιαννούλη που γράψε το τοπρικό που γράψε το περαβαρισμένο ήταν ο Κάρος. Εντάξει. Τι έκανε αυτός δηλαδή? Είναι ένας από τους καλύτερους ορθοπαιδικούς στον κόσμο. Με ανακαλύψει.
Sorry, technical issues. Okay. Hello. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Dr. Nicholas Batis. I'm an assistant professor of translational pharmacology at the University of Birmingham, and I'm also the head of global engagement for the college, one of the 5 heads. And so I'm going to be presenting to you a little bit about the university and a little bit about our college. So our heritage. So we are a 125-year-old university next year. We were the first civic university in the UK, and we still embrace that heritage of ours, and we still have a widening participation set of students from the city and from around. We have a very green, fantastic campus. I'll be showing you some pictures later on. We have about 10 alumni and staff that they have been Nobel Prize winners, and we now have a Dubai campus where it's owned by us, and it's running a number of programs. We rank, according to the QS ranking last year, we are within the top 100. We are, in some subjects, 69th. We have more than 38,000 students from over 168 countries, and we have an external funding in excess of 300 million for research, and we have a community of, across the world, more than 350,000 alumni. We are one of the founding universities of Università 21, which is a network of universities to promote mobility and research in education. The university is structured in 5 colleges, and College of Medicine and Health is one of the biggest. Our Pro-Vice Chancellor and Head of College, Neil Hanley, extend his greetings, and it's our new Head of College established a year ago. We have 3 schools within the college. the School of Medical Sciences, Health Sciences, and the School of Infection, Inflammation, and Immunotherapy. The schools are structured within, and then they have departments within them, and the departments symbolize research institutes. So each school will have a research institute and an educational theme, and health sciences is where a lot of the clinical trials are taking place, and this is where pharmacy and nursing is. In infection and inflammation and immunology, it's a mixture of different schools with a very strong clinical and immunological background. This is our health campus, where you will see on the left 5 and 6. This is the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, one of the biggest tertiary hospitals in the area. And then the buildings that you see across that, they are numbered, they're all health sciences related. The medical school is number 8, and number 7 and number 4. And then biosciences and basic sciences are scattered across. And on the front of the screen, you will see the Birmingham Public Health Translator Accelerator, which is a consortium between the university, the NHS, and private sector, where companies can set up in there, and this is where our new clinical training unit is going to be based as well. We have a new prosectorium facility which is going to be opening this year, which is all assisted by AI. We have a new anatomy and clinical skills unit based within the campus, and the new clinical dental hospital, which is concentrating only in delivering dental training and dental services. Our medical school and the college in general supports more than 400 students for medicine every year. This year we have about 430, with a number of them being internationals as well. In excess of 70 dental students and more than 300 biomedical sciences students, and another 70 in our Dubai campus. More than 200 nursing students this year, and more than 200 pharmacy students this year, with a number of clinical placements across the Birmingham area and the West Midlands, electives across the globe, and industry placements for the students who wish to take them. Postgraduate taught courses are in excess of 30, and they follow a lot of the research that is hands-on within the university and the research excellence within the college. I'm not going to go through them, but there is more or less anything that you can like to specialize in. There will be a taught course or a research-based course. Postgraduate research offers both 3-year PhDs and 4-year PhDs, as well as some MD and MRSs. We have placements and research across the specialties. And our Dubai campus also comes forward with a number of offerings in the area, and new health-related research is going to be flourishing for the MENA region, so the Middle East and North Africa, with our Dubai campus being in the forefront of that development. We ranked 10th among the Russell Group universities for research outputs, and 13 overall in the UK. We are within the top 5 universities for health research and primary care, and we have a number of an excessive income compared to the rest of the colleges within our university. So we have more than 100 million external income as a college, most of it being NIHR, as well as charitable and industry-led funding, and that supports all of the research activities as well as the PhDs and the postgraduates. The Birmingham Health Partners, as I mentioned before, it's a new initiative which brings together the NHS, our university, and a number of industry players, and is going to offer a lot of opportunities to our graduates as well as our training students. I'll flash through some research highlights that I was asked to show. So we have a very strong background in cancer biology, and we have the clinical trial unit for Cancer Research UK, as well as the early drug discovery clinical trials unit, which are the biggest clinical trials units for cancer in the UK. Genetics and therapeutics of rare disease. We have the LifeArc rare disease trials acceleration platform, and we have a number of other pioneering approaches in rare disease clinical trials. Cardiovascular diseases, a heritage that we have. British Heart Foundation Accelerator Award supports a number of our academics and our postgraduate researchers. Health inequalities with public health. It's a very strong focus of our college. Ethnic and socioeconomic diversity for populations across the globe, with a number of disciplines coming together, especially for maternal health, abuse and violence. And our global health initiative is NIHR supported and very strong within the global surgery and the green surgical approaches. Women's health is a great interest for a lot of the academics in our college, and I'll show you a few highlights about the outcomes that we have recently managed to get. Infection and acute care, gut microbial and liver disease. We have the fecal microbiome transplant unit, and the clinical trial for that runs from Birmingham. And inflammatory arthritis, we have a biomedical research center which focuses on running clinical trials and basic research around the area. Diagnostic tests and interdisciplinary research is very strong, and we're looking forward in working with our colleagues from across the globe for air pollution and net zero research and surgery. A number of news stories that I was asked to show to you today from our marketing. And thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Mrs. Giannoudi Marilena Key is from University of Leeds, United Kingdom. We welcome to island of Hippocrates.
So we're going to do our presentation a little bit different. Thank you so much for inviting us to speak.
It's a pleasure that we have you, also your family tomorrow, the famous Giannoudi, professor of Leeds.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're here to represent the University of Leeds, and I've come with my colleagues, Dr. Carl Simela and Dr. Rebecca Sagar. As I said, we'll do our presentation slightly differently. We don't actually have slides, and we're going to focus on a bit more on postgraduate medicine, because we appreciate that most of you are either already in medical school or have finished medical school, so just about different opportunities within our university from that side of things. So first up, Dr. Simela will tell us a bit about being a foundation doctor in the University of Leeds and a few basic facts about our university.
Thank you. Hello, my name's Carl. I'm an academic foundation year 2 doctor at in Leeds at the University of Leeds. So what really separates the University of Leeds compared to other universities in the UK is that we've got a Gold Athena Swan Award. So that's mainly recognising how the university aims to level the playing field and also to help with various inequalities specifically related to gender at the university. So that's really quite a big point of our university. In terms of rankings, we're 123rd in the world, and we were established in 1904. So we've got quite a lot of history, over 100 years. And we currently have 40,000 students. So I'm going to speak a bit about being a foundation doctor at the university and also at hospitals around Leeds. So I did my foundation year 1, which is my first year working as a doctor. I did that in Bradford, which is a city quite close to Leeds. And then now in my second year working as a doctor, I'm in Leeds itself. So what really separates Leeds is that it is a global city, and we have lots of different pathology. It's a very diverse city in terms of there are many people from different areas around the world, many different ethnicities. So with that, you see a lot of different pathology, a lot of different cultural issues as well. So that's really affords itself to some rich learning as a junior doctor. And additionally, the University of Leeds is quite big on research as well, and I'm on the academic foundation program. So by that means that 4 months of my second year, which I'm currently in, 4 months of that is focused solely on research. So at the moment, I'm working with Marilena on some cardiac MRI research, and that's really something that's quite unique and is really really helps us to push forward that increased research for doctors to get into as well as we progress through our careers. So I'll also talk about how I was able to get into that and get into research as well from medical school, and also progressing through foundation. So in medical school, I'll speak specifically about Leeds. I didn't go to Leeds, but I can still speak about Leeds. So there are several opportunities to get involved in research, which can then eventually lead towards an academic career, eventually becoming a clinical lecturer. So you can start all the way in medical school. There are opportunities such as intercalation. So by intercalation, that means, so the standard medical degree in the UK is 5 years as an undergraduate, 4 years if you're a postgraduate and you're coming already with a degree in the sciences. So by intercalating, you add an extra year onto that and you get another degree essentially. And that can be at a bachelor's level or can be at a master's level. Personally, I did it at the master's level, and I did a master's in cardiovascular science. So that was able to start the process for me to learn more about what I'm interested in and find out a little bit more about research. And then also at the University of Leeds, we offer the students in their 5th year, their final year of medicine, they're able to do what we call an ESREP, which is essentially an extended project. So they're able to identify an area within medicine that interests them, and then they can pursue some research activities there and meet some senior clinical academics and really get involved, and it can lead to different research output, presentations, posters, and publications. And then after that, following on, there's the opportunity to get involved with the academic foundation program, like I mentioned, and that involves, similarly to the regular foundation program, it's a national application process. You apply to, you rank every single foundation school in the country, and you apply competitively, and you hopefully get your choice, and you're able to meet academics in areas that you're interested in and really build that relationship with them and pursue what you're interested in. So that's mainly what I was going to talk about from more of the junior aspect and side of things. I'll hand over to my colleagues who will talk a bit more about what happens as you move on and progress in seniority.
So what I'll add to that is in the academic foundation program, one of your 4-month blocks is dedicated to research. And within that, you can have some clinical commitments, but the majority of your time is in research. And I hope Carl is enjoying his research with our team. I'm putting him on the spot here. So in terms of as you progress through the university, if you want to do, after doing a master's or an intercalated degree, you can do a PhD degree. Now, within the medical school, we've got 4 different institutions within which you can do your further advanced learning. And it's either the Institute of Cardiovascular and Metabolic Medicine, it's the Institute of Rheumatological and Musculoskeletal Medicine, it's the Institute of Medical Education, and the Institution of Data Analysis and Analytics. So at any point in your postgraduate journey, you can apply to either specific PhD programs, or you can approach supervisors, work with them to build a funding application, and then apply to charitable foundations in order to be able to undertake research in an area that you're interested in. Most doctors that do that will do the PhD full-time. I know that in other areas in Europe, it tends to be part-time alongside their registrar training. But in England, it's more common that you do your research full-time, and you may do a little bit of clinical training alongside that. So that's what I was going to say, but I'll pass on to Dr. Segar, who will tell us a bit about the clinical academic journey and how we get from being an academic foundation doctor to building up our portfolio.
Hello, so I'm just going to take you on the journey sort of where Carl left off. So we're really lucky in the UK to have NIHR funded clinical academic programs. So that's not a requirement, that's a competitive national process that people apply for. And it's very much a journey. So you start, as Carl and Marilena have both said, with the academic foundation program, where you get usually a dedicated 4-month block where you do some clinical work, but predominantly research. If you haven't done that, you can then enter at a higher point, or you can continue on the journey as an academic clinical fellow. The way the time is split there is 75% is clinical, 25% is dedicated protected research time. The main idea around that is to give people an opportunity to work on dedicated research that they're interested in, to look towards the things that Marilena was saying, like funding opportunities, so collecting pilot data or pilot projects to then look to do a PhD. So that's very much pre-doctoral. And that's once you're in a specialty program. So it can be in any of the specialties. Different universities have different focuses and different specialties that tend to be academic, but you can apply anywhere in the country. That's up to 3 years, and the idea is at some point in that 3 years, you will go out of program to do your PhD. After your PhD, you can go into a clinical academic lecturership, which is again specialty linked, and that's the post I'm in currently for endocrinology. And again, that's postdoctoral, and the idea is that's your first opportunity to be an independent researcher looking for larger scale fellowships, moving towards being a consultant or a senior registrar. So I think the thing about Leeds is that it's a huge network, and it's very much set up as a network. So we have 2 days a year which are sponsored by the NIHR, which is dedicated just for junior doctors or trainee doctors who are in academic posts. So it's to get the opportunity to, you may be in a specialty that's smaller and on your own, but you get to meet, specialty doctors from all the different specialties who are doing academic programs. And it's a fantastic time, and they try to focus on things like socializing, but also career opportunities, so support putting grants in, things like presentation skills, things like that. I think that's all I was supposed to talk about, but I don't know if there's anything else to cover, or if anyone had any questions specifically about Leeds or the integrated academic program.
Congratulations about your study. So we have to proceed about medical association of, oh no, we have another one from Serbia. Yes, maybe it's better to start with University of Belgrade. Mr. Rekovic, Luka. Yes. Luka, tell to us something about your university.
Thank you very much. Dear President, dear members of the organization committee, my name is Luka Rekovic, and together with the 3 of my colleagues, Nikolina Vasiljevic, Filip Milošević, and Vanja Obradović, it is my great pleasure and honor to take part in Hippocratic Week here in Kos, and thank you for inviting us. I would like to tell you something about our medical school of University of Belgrade. I will keep it short. So the medical school University of Belgrade is a leading or has a leading medical degree not only in the Republic of Serbia but in all this part of Europe. Our medical degree lasts for 6 years, 12 semesters, so we have 3 years of preclinical courses and 3 years of clinical courses. That's the undergraduate medical degree. As well, we have a strong medical degree in English with the same curriculum, but the official language is the only difference. So we have Serbian and English as the official languages of our programs. Our professors and our staffs are the members and in the leading boards of European and world associations in their branches. So I would like to say something about our history. Our medical faculty was founded in 1920, so we are celebrating 104 years of medical education in Belgrade and in Serbia on 9th of December. It was founded by professors Milan Jovanović Batut and Niko Miljanić, who were famous for their researches, especially in France. Professor Miljanić was the surgeon during the First World War, and he was awarded the Légion d'honneur in the Republic of France. He was professor of the anatomy, and he is founder of our Anatomy Institute. And Professor Vojislav Subotić, who performed the first arteriovenous fistula surgery in Europe, and he did that surgery in extremely challenging conditions for our country during the Balkan Wars. So, to conclude, I would like to thank you all for inviting us. Greetings for all of our students and professors and staff, and I'm sure that we all will make effort to cooperate and to coordinate together to make the medicine better, and we would like to see you in Belgrade in the next few years.
Congratulations about your family. The Serbian family is every year in the International Hippocratic Foundation, of course. Also, this year is one of the big family who is coming here. So we thank you, and we hope to have again the next year. Thank you very much, Luca.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So just now I have a message from Rome, from Mr. Dimitris Varvaras, who is the president of the Greek Association of Italy. And all of us, we have his greetings. He's very sorry that he's not here with us today. He has a meeting with the president of Italy at this time. And I left, and also you have greetings from Germany, from Mr. Giannakopoulos, who unfortunately he's not today with us, but we have a representative of the Medical Association of Germany, ESIS, and also from all the Greek associations in Germany. And is here with us Mr. Savara Apostolidis, who is going also to present the University of European University of Cyprus, my birthplace, of course, and also the branch of the European University in Germany. Dr. Savas, please proceed.
Where can I find my presentation, please? So, good afternoon, everybody. I welcome all the young students and young colleagues here in Greece. My name is Savas Apostolidis. I'm vascular surgeon, and at the same time, I'm also the president of the Hellenic Medical Association of Hessen, and today I represent all Hellenical Medical Association of Germany. Thank you. So, in my free time, I'm also working as a visiting professor at the European University of Cyprus. This has two branches, one in Nicosia in Cyprus, and since 3 years, another one in Frankfurt, in the middle of Europe. The university there is the Galileo Global Education Foundation with 55 institutions all over the world and about 200,000 students, and the EUC is part of this education group. The university has also a very good rating in the QS, 5 stars in the QS rating, and we received this again this year, a few weeks ago, for all our performance. There are a lot of programs, but most of you are interested in the medical program, and we have 2 medical schools. And you see, in the city of Frankfurt, it's also very nice to live there. And you can also have a very good time like the one we have seen already in Manchester, I think. There are a lot of things for students to do in both cities, and if somebody comes to Frankfurt, it's going to be a very nice time. About the facilities, there are a lot of modern facilities, like your universities, and we have also very international students from all over the world. In Cyprus, of course, there are a large number of Cypriot students. In Frankfurt, there are almost no Cypriot, and only 1 or 2 Greek students every year. Most of the students come all over the world. At the moment, I think about 40 countries. I go on because I don't want to have so much time here spent. We have a very nice curriculum. Our degree is recognized almost all over the world, especially inside the European Union and also in the USA. And that's our vision about the graduates and all of the teachers. We are trying to have very good skilled practitioners at the end of their study. And that's our spiral curriculum. We have the 3 phases. One, the foundation of medicine, the first 2 years, then the foundations of clinical practice, the next 2 years, the next year, and the 3 clinical years, year 4 to 6, is the clinical medicine core, where you have a lot of clinical experience. That's part of my responsibility. To teach the students how to handle with patients. The cornerstones of our program there are a lot of them, and we emphasize in team-based learning. We have heard about this once today, and then we have a lot of simulation in high definition high-fidelity simulators, and we're trying to improve all the clinical skills. We have here some pictures. There's also some hospital training suite. I was very jealous as I visited this suite the first time, because at my time at the Frankfurt University, that was not possible. And also a lot of human patient simulators. And we have labs where the students work with these patient simulators and can have a lot of exercise before the working with real patients. There are also standardized patients to work with. That's to reduce the risk, of course, before you handle with normal patients. So there's a network how we train, and we have the primary care, inpatients, outpatients. The students visit specialty units and also emergency units, and you start with lectures, the basic skills, and then the advanced skills during the spiral curriculum. And we support our students all the time, so we have a very familiar relationship to our students. That's why two of them are here, and also we try to mix the students and medical branch with the society, especially where I live in the city of Frankfurt. We have some great projects for the next time, and I think both sides can be part of this. And also in the summer we have some extensives. There are a lot of agreements all over the world where the students can spend their holidays if they like. And we're working also on a scientific profile. We're a new university, so we don't have this heritage for more than 100 years, but we're working on this, and we have a lot of Nobel Prize winners that are members of the faculty, not students of us. And that's great to learn from these very experienced people. And we start with the white coat ceremony. We had this a few days ago in Frankfurt, and that's very nice for the students, and with hooding by the faculty and signing the book of graduates and the Hippocratic oath. This is in Cyprus, but I think the next years we'll bring our students directly here for the Hippocratic oath. And I would like to ask Anna and Vangelis to just give a very short statement of the experience in this university, because that's the most important thing. Anna is the second year in Frankfurt.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Anna, and I just started last year in Frankfurt. As you heard, we have started the Frankfurt branch in the year 2022, so we're a really small family. We are starting new. We have a lot to learn from our Cyprus mother university, and we are in a good contact to them, and that's also what Dr. Apostolidis said. We are a family. That's like the main thing I love about Cyprus, about the European University of Cyprus. We are now in Frankfurt, we are about 240 students. Year one, or the first year started with 40 students, my year has 80, and now we just welcomed 120 new students this year. So we are growing, we are learning from every year, and we are a family. We have, as you have seen, we have our student advisors, we have our academic advisors, and it's an open door policy. It's just you hear something in the lecture or you do something in the lab, and you have not understood it, and you can go to your professor whatever time you want, and they will explain it to you. So I feel really welcome there. Another big thing that got a lot of people coming to Frankfurt is to be able to study in English. As we are international with that, we can go to America, we can write the USMLEs. So that's like a big benefit, staying in Frankfurt, the Central Europe and Germany, but still having the English language. Further on, I'm in the beginning, like the second year now, so I'm still learning about the body and health. So in year 3, we'll go body and disease, and year 4, 5, and 6 are the clinical training years. But I'm still have been done clinical skills. I have seen the practicum. We had clinical practicum where we did a lot doing the CPR. We had our first hospital visit in the first year. So I'm really hands-on on our Apollo in the hospital suite where we do the simulations. So I'm really grateful, and I'm really looking forward to see what's going to happen more. And about the clinical experience, what's over the years, I think Vangelis can tell you more, as he is now in year 6, and he's done all the clinical trainings in between, what I'm looking forward to. So all in all, I'm happy to be part of this family and to be able to help it grow. As we are in Frankfurt, we're new. We're trying our best with our big help from Cyprus. But yeah, I'm just grateful also to be here, and thank you very much for everything.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Vangelis Liasis. Thank you very much for having me here today. I feel very privileged to be here with you guys. So I'd like to say a few things about the clinical years of the European University Cyprus. So I'm currently now on year 6, and in year 4, 5, and 6, we go around all clinical departments. So we do rotations on all specialties, and we mainly follow the doctors, and we aid them in diagnosing patients, in treatment, of course, and we learn a lot of new skills. So currently, we go and visit various hospitals to do those rotations. For example, in Cyprus, I think it is the public hospital of Larnaca and the public hospital of Nicosia, as well as various other private institutions. And a new now thing that has happened, and was very good for me because I was born in Athens and I was raised in Athens, is that currently the European University of Cyprus has a cooperation with the Athens Medical Group Hospital, which is one of the most well-known hospitals in Athens, and I am placed there right now. So I can do my rotations there and learn a lot also. It's been a great experience. Now I'm nearing the end, which is a bit scary, but I think I'll manage. And yeah, I met some great mentors there. And the final thing that I would like to say is that everything you do in those 3 years, those clinical years, is being recorded in a student's logbook, which is reminiscent of a resident's logbook, which you will use later on. And it is very important to have everything you've done written down somewhere so that you can show it to other institutions you will visit in the future and probably pursue a career. And yeah, all in all, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much again. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Professor, and have a good rest of the day.
We have another
Thank you.
connection or not?
No. Thank you very much, Dr. Apostolidis, and the students from Cyprus, and all of you for coming to our Congress here in Kos, to the beautiful island of Kos. Please remain seated because we would like to make an announcement for your program this afternoon.
This is the program.
So, for those who stay at the Thalassa Hotel, at 5 o'clock, a driver will pass from you to collect you from your hotel. From those staying at the Kypriotis, again at 5 o'clock, a driver will pass from your hotels. From Platanitsa, 5:25. So the meeting point is Pizza.com.
Yes, it's
Everybody will be there at 5:30. It's a square. The driver will leave you there at 5:30. So, from Alexandra and Anastasia Hotel, it's very near, and they will come on foot to the square.
the square of the station taxi, Pizza.com. It's the same.
Okay. So, from the two students at Mastihari, they will stay here. They will leave you at the center of the town, and they will come at 5:25 again at this square. Am I clear? Okay for everybody?
For the night, you are invited to the square of Platanos for the about 8:30.
8:30 for dinner.
For the dinner, okay? That's all.
So, have a nice time. Thank you very much.
Τα κατάφερες.